All right, we're talking about baseball and first pitches because the Double-A Pensacola Blue Wahoos are letting fans stay the night at the stadium if you rent it out via Airbnb. $1,500 a night. You get access to the newly renovated clubhouse, batting cage, and field, bats, balls, and helmets provided, bedroom with 10 beds. That's not a bad deal. For $150 a night, if it sleeps 10, you get a bunch of buddies, you get a couple of families together, you get a kid, a few kids. I mean, that's not a bad deal for anybody in the Pensacola area. $1,500 a night, you can sleep 10 and you can just play baseball all night long. So the basis for today's draft: NFL stadiums you would rent for a vacation, Chris. This one's going to be fun. I've got the trivia question for you, and the trivia question is, which is the oldest stadium in the NFL?
Wow. Just coming out with what is the oldest stadium in the NFL? Well, I would have to think that's Lambeau Field, no?
No, it's not. It is Soldier Field, opened in 1924. Lambeau Field opened in 1957, the third oldest stadium now that the Coliseum in Oakland has been vacated by the Raiders. Arrowhead, 1972. So Soldier Field, the oldest. I get the first pick. And, I have to start with one of the two new ones. And I'll go Raiders Stadium. Allegiant Stadium is the name of it. I just think it looks cooler. You talked earlier about how both the new stadiums, the LA and the Las Vegas stadiums, look like they're ready to take off and fly away into outer space. But you got to throw the Vegas factor into it as well. I mean, if you're going to be there all week, there's only so much you can do in the football stadium. You're in Las Vegas, for crying out loud. So between Las Vegas and Los Angeles, I'll take Las Vegas. Walk over to the casino, go see a show, go to the buffet, come back to the stadium, sleep it off, do it all over the next day. I mean, they always talk about how great the suites are in Las Vegas. This is the ultimate Las Vegas suite, the entire Allegiant Stadium. So that's the one that I would want without question.
Well, I mean, it looks cool. It looks amazing. But, I mean, for the spirit of this draft, don't we want to stay in the stadium and enjoy the stadium? I mean, you're going to leave it? You're going to pay all that big money? You can't say it was a whole week. Who said nothing in this thing said a whole week, did it? It just said rent for a vacation. That could be 2 nights.
You take a 2-night vacation? Are you that cheap?
Sometimes you just got to get away from the kids for like 24 hours or whatever it may be.
That's a weekend. That's a getaway.
You don't have young kids. You don't have young kids. You forgot.
Vacation is at least a week. All right. Go ahead. What's yours?
Is there going to be some slot machines in Vegas? I mean, you're just renting out a place and they're going to walk out. I don't get it. See, that's how I know you're rich. You're just going to rent it out and go, I don't need to stay here. Let me go somewhere else. I'm planning on hanging out in my place of vacation spot. So, I mean, I need sun and I need a pool. And I don't care that it's not one of the high-tech stadiums in all of football. I'm going to Jacksonville, baby. That's where I'm going. At least I know I can be outside in the sun. If I do bring the kids, I can throw them around in the pool, do all those type of things, be out there during that. That to me, I mean, you can't have a vacation without a pool and some sun. So that was an easy choice. I mean, I'm not in love with that stadium, but I would like to swim in that pool at some point.
Yeah, I've seen enough images of that pool packed with people. They would have to empty it and scrub it like Bill Murray in Caddyshack in a hazmat suit before I would do it. There are benefits to having your own pool when you don't have to worry about the things that could ultimately be in the public
what do you
pool,
think
like,
people are doing in there during a game?
Peeing,
what are you scared of?
Peeing.
Peeing has become a little too popular in pools. I just know that.
There's
I'm a little disgusted by it.
No amount of chlorine in the world that can make up for that. All right, next one for me. You're leaving SoFi Stadium on the board? It's the same. It's the same idea.
Great.
It's the same. I'm not going to pick it then. I'm not going to pick it because I want to go. I want to go old school. If I'm going to spend a week in a football stadium, I want to go to Lambeau for the week. I want to soak in the echoes and the ghosts and the history and just be there, right? Go out and run around on the grass. They're very protective of the grass. I want to go out and play football on Lambeau Field every day with friends and family and just kind of hang out and take in Lambeau Field. And look, I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of casinos around. If your point is you got to stay there the whole week, you're staying at Lambeau Field the whole week.
You're right. I mean, hey, I mean, you went from Vegas to Wisconsin. I don't know. You're all over the map. But you're right. I rode Green Bay down too because I would love to hang out. There's plenty of indoor spots, whether it was warm or cold. And then to run around on a field that you go like Vince Lombardi was here, Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's the most nostalgic stadium in football. So, because of that, I'm with you in a lot of ways, certainly. And all right, so my next pick. Okay, well, I think I got to go to Jerry's World. I think that's the one that I got to go with. I mean, Jerry's World has every toy in the world. I mean, I don't have to do anything. We could play the greatest hide and seek game in the history of the world in that stadium. Let alone when I do want to go to sleep, I'm going to the Jones family suite. I know that's going to be plush and be really well decorated. And of course, I mean, hopefully some amenities are open to where I can get some food and get some good Texas barbecue and do things like that. And then when it's time, the day's over to sit back, eat some of that Texas barbecue and put on the big Megatron TV and watch a movie. That sounds like a good relaxing vacation to me. So I'm going with, I can't remember, AT&T Stadium, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, and that's how the nights tend to wind down when you're on a family vacation. You find something, everybody gathers around the TV, and they've got the giant four-sided drive-in movie theater screen hanging over the venue. You're right. You settle into some nice reclining chairs in the suite, and you watch a movie on the screen, or you hook up the PS4 and you play Madden all night long on that screen.
That would be
and
awesome.
I've seen clips of people doing that. That would be something. You crank the sound up, you get the vibrations. That would be something. Screw the movie. Let's play Madden all night long on the giant video screen. So that's a good choice by you.
Sure, your wife would love that. Your wife would love that on vacation, I'm sure.
The place is big enough. She can find something else to go do while we're playing Madden on the giant video board. Next one for me, and you mentioned the food, right? If you're going to spend the money necessary to rent out an NFL stadium for a week, I assume that is not an inexpensive proposition. You need to go with some, cost-sensitive food options. So give me Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta for two reasons. The hot dogs are $2, and they're awesome. I got a hot dog at the Super Bowl this year, and it was a lot more than $2, and it was not awesome. I got a hot dog last year at Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the Super Bowl. It was $2, and it was incredible. And my son contributed to this brainstorming for me. They got a Chick-fil-A there. So you're good to go for Chick-fil-A. If you need a Chick-fil-A fix, and a lot of people do, it's right there in the stadium. So, you're in Atlanta. It's a nice new stadium. You can just sit there all day and open and close the roof. That'll entertain you for half the vacation. And you can get some cheap food and just kind of hang out in luxury in that fairly brand new stadium. Chris, are you there? We lost Chris. Chris was not dumbfounded again. Chris is just gone. Chris is back, and we are back with the draft of the stadiums that we would want to rent for a vacation. One pick remains. It goes to Chris. What do you have, Chris?
Well, as much as I want to pick my Tampa Bay Buccaneers stadium with the pirate ship and you can shoot cannons and all that, okay, I'm not going to go with that. I'm going with the New England Patriots, Gillette Stadium, Patriot Place. That's why. I mean, that's part of their stadium. It's connected. You got everything at your disposal. Mr. Kraft has created a New England world. You can go to the Patriots Museum. There's lots of restaurants. If I got to get a workout in, I can stop at TB12 spot and get that in. So to me, that is a win-win situation. Got my own little world there. And of course, can look at all the nostalgic things and all their Super Bowl trophies as I do it. So Patriot Place will be my last pick, Gillette Stadium.
I have a feeling you'd be on the list of people to not admit to the TB12 performance.
You think? I know.
I
know. I don't like that. I don't even know what to say anymore. I can't defend myself, but I like Tom Brady. I don't know what else to say. I'm just honest in my opinions, and sometimes they're not popular up there in New England.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.